And we continue our coverage in this forum in Franklin County in the race for the Franklin County Public Utility District Commissioner, and joined now by Bill Gordon. Bill, thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you. I'd also like to say good morning and thank you to the League of Women Voters for holding this session.
And first, we'd like you to start by giving us an opening statement, if you have one.
Yes, I do. For 19 years, I was co-owner of Gordon Brothers Cellars and Gordon Brothers Farms. I have a Bachelor of Arts degree from WSU in Hotel and Restaurant Administration. I'm currently on the Columbia Basin College Board of Trustees, appointed by the governor in 2013. Good things are happening at Franklin PUD. When I became a PUD commissioner 17 years ago, chaos reigned. Large rate increases were being imposed. Board members were bickering. Declining bond rating was adding to customers' electric bills. I'm happy to report that we now enjoy stable rates. Commissioners and staff work together for the benefit of customers, and our current business practices resulted in a 4-level increase in bond rating. My knowledge and experience will benefit the PUD in the coming years to maintain rate stability as well as electric service reliability while we face the unknown, somewhat scary times ahead. The PUD's power purchase contract with BPA will soon expire, requiring the Commission to make critical decisions regarding future power sources. The Snake River dams, which provide clean, reliable, low-cost power to PUD customers, are under continual attack from groups fighting for their removal. Resisting demands for spilling more water and using less for generation, as well as resisting attacks from dam removal advocates, requires heightened efforts and scientific information. It requires an experienced board of commissioners. I look forward to continuing to work for you to bring my knowledge and experience to Franklin County PUD. Thank you.
And your first question, how probable do you think rate increases will be in the next 5 years, and what might contribute to those increases?
Well, it's 100% probable. BPA has their as they run Energy Northwest, or the nuclear generating station, upgrading the dams. That all their costs is passed on to their customer, and we are one of their customers. They are trying, and they are doing a good job in holding their rate increases to around 2% a year.
And question number 2, with unemployment continuing due to COVID-19 in our communities, are there any additional steps that PUD could take to help ensure people that they won't lose their electricity or other utilities because of an inability to pay, and why or why not?
The customers are going to be required to pay their bills. How they do it is up to them, in that they communicate with our customer service and billing department and develop a plan on how they can best pay their bills. The customers work very well with the PUD staff, and the staff works very well with them.
And question number 3, this year, the Washington legislature passed a $21 million bill to expand high-speed broadband internet service to rural areas. How do you think this will help the people of Franklin County, and what role will the PUD have in providing that help?
Let's go back a little bit. NOAANET came out with a program 3 years ago or 4 years ago to bring, it's called the BTOP program, and we brought internet service to Connell, Mesa, and Colotus because of this. So those rural areas, they have internet service now. I don't know how they will do this 21 million. They haven't approached us, but we wholesale the power for internet. Okay.
All right. And before we let you go here, just an opportunity to have a 1-minute closing statement.
Thank you. In closing, I'd like to say having a stable utility has allowed our PUD to implement many things. The BTOP program is one of them, while keeping the reliability of electricity for the customers. Some of our customers are relying on the PUD for safety and keeping their medical equipment running during this pandemic. We have changed the way our employees work and where they work. This has all been accepted by the employees to help keep each other healthy so they can perform their tasks. We have a stable commission that is making sure we have a stable utility. That is one thing our customers can count on during this pandemic time. I would appreciate your vote for keeping my experience in making good decisions for you during these unsettling times. Thank you. Vote for Bill Gordon, PUD Commissioner. Thank you.
Mr. Gordon, thank you so much for taking the time for this unconventional virtual forum, but we really appreciate you showing up.
You're welcome.
Continuing our look at the candidates for Franklin County PUD Commissioner, I'm now joined by Curtis DeWoody. Mr. DeWoody, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And we first like to give our candidates an opportunity to give an opening statement. We'll give you 2 minutes for that.
Okay. Kurt DeWoody running for Franklin County PUD Commissioner. I've lived in West Pasco for 10 years now. We moved from Southern California up here 10 years ago, following grandkids. My daughter married a fellow in baseball. In fact, Daryl Ebert, the general manager of the Dust Devils. Married to my wife, Mary Lou. She works at Bethlehem Lutheran Church as a ministries coordinator. And I have 2 daughters, one in Sacramento, one here, 6 grandkids. I spent 37 years, a career at an electric utility. And I did everything from beginning to reading meters, to planning and designing electrical systems, to pump tests and on-end energy efficiency. That's how I finished my career. I'm looking to run for this office because, first of all, I think it would be an honor to serve the people of Franklin County, a privilege and an honor. And I believe that the commissioners should have some kind of electric utility experience, especially with the things that we're going to be facing in the next few years. And I have that experience, and I feel like I'd be a good fit for that position.
And your first question, we'll get right into looking at the next few years. How probable do you think rate increases will be in the next 5 years, and what might contribute to those increases?
Yes, I do think they'll go up. How much? I hope very little. But what I see happening is if the hydro problem that we're having now, the problem with the government trying to tell us that we can't use the hydro, the cheap, efficient, it can't be hydro's not renewable. We're going to have to buy more wind and solar. Those things are expensive compared to cheap, economical, and good hydroelectricity. I've been in a utility where we got away from nuclear, we got away from coal, and we went to solar and windmills, and power is like 5 times what it is here. So yes, I see it going up, and due to what's going to happen with hydro if we don't become more proactive and put a stop to this.
And question number 2, with unemployment continuing during COVID-19 in our communities, are there additional steps the PUD could take to help ensure people won't lose their electricity or other utilities because of an inability to pay, and why or why not?
That's a good one. There's things I'm sure we could do in the budget, like maybe cut back on maintenance. There's a lot of things that the utility has to do for maintenance, but maybe there's ways to shave some of that to set up a fund just for people that are having a hard time. If I was commissioner right now, I would donate half of my salary into a fund to take care of people that are having problems right now. And I would hope that other people in the utility and other people in the community, this, you know, I've learned that in my 10 years, this is a great community for stepping up to the plate and helping people. And I think if we set up a fund and really got people to donate it, even if it was just the difference in your utility bill. Say it's a $20.92. If we gave that extra 8 cents into a fund, it'd be pretty simple, and I think that would help.
And question number 3, this year, the Washington legislature passed a $21 million bill to expand high-speed broadband internet service to rural areas.
Yeah.
How do you think this will help people of Franklin County, and what role will the PUD have in providing that kind of help?
Well, you've got me a little bit of a disadvantage here. I don't have a lot of experience in broadband as a utility operating that. My background was, like, say, electricity. However, it would help the community, especially the outlying areas. And with the virus right now, it would be awesome if everybody had a way to, go to school online and stay out of the classrooms and out of public, which we're doing. But people that are further out of town like that, they have a little more difficulty getting to libraries and well, now I'm rambling, so I'll say I'd have to find out more about it, but I know that would be a big help for broadband to our outlying communities.
I appreciate that. And finally, before you go here, an opportunity to make a 1-minute closing statement.
Well, I said it would be an honor and a privilege to serve the people of Franklin County. And if I'm elected, I'd use all of my time and talent and abilities to do the best job that I could. And I'd just like to thank you for this opportunity.
All right, Curtis DeWoody, candidate for Franklin PUD Commissioner. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Matt.
And we're speaking to another candidate for Franklin County PUD Commissioner, joined now by Casey Cochran. Mr. Cochran, nice to see you.
Good morning. You too.
Well, we want to give our candidates an opportunity to begin with a 2-minute opening statement.
Okay, very good. Well, again, my name is Casey Cochran, and I am running for position 2 for Franklin County PUD. I have the experience in the utility industry after many years working in public policy, starting off with Seattle City Light many years ago, and Puget Sound Energy not too long ago. In addition to that, doing public policy and government affairs work for the Tacoma-Pierce County Chamber of Commerce, as well as work for private consulting firms. So I've been involved in public policy for over 30 years. But probably what's most important to me right now, and has been all my life, is living on this farm in the north part of Franklin County. And it's been in our family for 106 years. And it's part of my life. And one of the reasons I'm running for PUD is representation in the north part of the county. If you look at the ballot, if you look at all the ballot issues out there, I'm the only candidate that is not in Pasco, Washington for this race, or in the whole county. So it's an interesting position I'm in, that I want to represent this district too, but also have vast experience in representing the entire utility and the entire county. Graduated from Washington State University in English and Business. Did government affairs lobbying across the state. I, in fact, won the C.C. Dill Memorial speech contest when I was 16 years old for the Franklin County PUD. So that shows you my bona fides, that I've been involved with the PUD for many, many years as a customer and a constituent.
And question number 1 for you is, how probable do you think rate increases will be in the next 5 years, and what might contribute to those increases?
Well, I think it's highly probable. The COVID situation has thrown our world upside down, but mostly through Bonneville Power Administration, and where we get our power for the county right now. The current administration has bantied around the idea of selling Bonneville Power Administration to a private entity, and certainly that would cause potential rate increases. In addition, a different administration may want to, divest and make things equal across the country using this power source. Tennessee Valley Authority and BPA are big targets to distribute the wealth of what has been traditionally a Northwest asset. So I see BPA having some strong influence on rate increases. In addition, demands by constituents having cleaner power, more reliable power as we work from home. Especially in Franklin County, farming and agriculture is much more technical than it ever was, especially when my father started farming many, many years ago. So it's going to have a demand on providing better service throughout the county and will inevitably, I think, cause a rate increase.
And question number 2, with unemployment continuing during COVID-19 in our communities, are there additional steps the PUD could take to help ensure people won't lose, let's say, electricity or other utilities because of an inability to pay? And why or why not?
Well, number one, I think the situation with the ability to pay and the charter of the PUD has always been to serve first. So right now, the PUD is in a situation where it's telling its customers that, hey, we understand, but you're going to have to pay. It's not necessarily a message that I really think resonates well. I think people understand they're going to have to pay. But I think one of the things that we can do is expand and enhance the Helping Hands program by getting either state, federal dollars, or possible surcharges to enhance that program, and then farm that program out to a local entity, nonprofit or organization to administer the funds. So if someone was having trouble with their bill, they could go to that organization and they could ask for a grant to help pay their bill. Having the PUD forgive bills and payments creates a slippery slope across the board about what you do with the charter and the mission of the utility. So I think we could perhaps find resources to enhance programs that can go out to grants to those people who are duly in need.
And question number 3, this year, the Washington legislature passed a $21 million bill to expand high-speed broadband internet in rural areas. How do you think this will help the people of Franklin County? And what role will the PUD have in providing that kind of help?
Well, first of all, I think it's vastly important to have broadband service to the underserved areas, especially this District 2 of PUD, but the underserved areas of the county. Hotspots are delightful and I think important. I think we have to be more strategic in where we're putting them so that they assist the most people and not just say, hey, here it is, we've put it up and enjoy. I think as far as broadband internet to those underserved areas or areas that don't have that service, again, I use agriculture as an example. People, it's getting more technical. We're on our computers. We're on our computers right now talking to each other. That really needs to be a focus and enhanced with the PUD. And the PUD is the prime player in putting this together because it has trust. People understand it, and they believe that they can get a equitable and fair cost to what they're doing. But I think in the end, the PUD plays a role in taking a leadership role in communicating to people what they want and where they want it. So broadband internet service is very, very important.
And before we let you go, just give you an opportunity to make your 1-minute closing remarks.
Well, again, I appreciate the opportunity to speak with everyone today. The key for this position, I think, is to provide experience and opportunities to reach out more into the communities. We have to have more of a transparent process for rate making. We have to have continue to have safety as a priority for utility. We need to enhance the broadband system. And then I think most importantly, we need to be out in the community more. We need to be out there telling them why they're paying for and what they're getting. And I think we have failed, to do that efficiently. So I think the PUD can step out more and show its leadership in the community as an economic development driver and a key community player.
Thank you very much. Casey Cochran running in his district for Franklin County PUD Commissioner. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.